Hello, and welcome back to the Times Ticking YouTube channel. Today we're going to be discussing a little bit wristwatches and aviation history. Now, pilots' watches have a pretty big role in watch history, so stay tuned through this intro and we'll get right to it. Now, the first aeronauts didn't really take to the sky until about 230 years ago. That was when the hot air balloon was invented. But back then, the idea of a pilot's watch was probably pretty far from what we understand today. Indeed, it wasn't until the early 20th century that timepieces truly married their journey with flight. In 1904, 1 year after the Wright brothers' successful flight, a pioneering pilot from Brazil kicked off what became a union between time and aviation that continues today. This Brazilian pilot was Alberto Santos-Dumont. In his day, Santos-Dumont was already a friend of Louis-François Cartier, an esteemed watchmaker in his own right. As it were, Santos-Dumont was planning his very own powered flight in Europe, akin to the Wright brothers' flight. In preparation for this trip, Santos-Dumont requested a timepiece from his friend Cartier. The timepiece requested required the freeing of Santos-Dumont's hands for handling flight controls. So, from 1904 to 1906, Cartier developed what would be known as the first aviation wristwatch. Being one of the first wristwatches designed for anyone, period, the Cartier Santos propelled what would be the modern wristwatch forward. The hands-free timepiece by Cartier, with its leather strap and metal buckle, became synonymous with flight and practicality. In the ensuing decades, private pilots, military pilots, and plethora of private citizens began adopting the wristwatch as their preferred timepiece. With the new invention of the flying machine, wristwatches became synonymous with new innovations, as well as had an edge in marketing over their pocket watch counterparts. By the 1920s, post-World War I, pilots had adopted the wristwatch as a practical tool to help measure speed and distance. In one famous example, Charles Lindbergh made the first solo flight across the Atlantic in 1927, wristwatch on board. On that famed flight, Lindbergh was sporting a timepiece by Longines that he designed almost entirely himself. Longines stood out well for Lindbergh, especially with an equipped tachymeter. At the time, Longines already had a great track record for timekeeping due to their involvement with the International Olympics. As the flight went, Lindbergh's Longines watch played an essential role. It was able to help him accurately determine longitudinal positioning while all alone above the sea. As the history books show, he managed to pilot himself safely to his destination as a result. Further fame, war, and innovations continued to push both aviation and wristwatches forward together. By the end of the Second World War, the aviation watch was a signature of style, durability, and utility. As well, the increased popularity of this style of watch meant more brands opting to design them. Companies like Breitling, Hamilton, and Heuer, among others, adopted this style of watch to bolster their brand's worth, both privately and commercially. In 1969, these three brands all released a tachymeter dial automatic wind wristwatch. Though one of the first commercial tachymeter rotating bezels was released by Heuer in 1958, the 1969 releases of the automatic tachymeter pieces established the tachymeter watch as an industry staple in aviation timekeeping. Nowadays, the aviation wristwatch is synonymous with effortless style and precision timing. Pilots and private citizens alike enjoy their practicality and design. So whether you're trying to make a flight or land a flight on time, you might actually have a piece of horological history on your wrist. If you do own an aviation timepiece, make sure to keep it up and running, because you don't want to leave what time it is up in the air. Hello, and thanks for watching our YouTube video today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and you can find similar videos right here. For more new and interesting content from Times Ticking on our channel, please subscribe at the link here. And for more information about wristwatch repair and watch maintenance generally, you can find us at timesticking.com. Thanks so much and have a great day.